Hey guys, what is up? Mega Gamer here, and I'm about to give you my wish list, not predictions, wish list for what I would like to see at the Sony press conference for Gamescom 2013. We are just a little over 2.5 hours away from the conference, and I will watch it live. It's 1 in the morning where I am, but I don't care. It's probably only going to be like an hour long anyway, so yeah. So I'm just going to stay up for a little bit, watch it, probably just go to sleep around 2:30 maybe. But yeah, I have school, but the first couple periods are it's like engineering and health, so I can sleep for those. Alright, so let's get on to the wish list. This is my top 5 things I would love to see at the Sony press conference at Gamescom 2013. Yeah, cool. So number 1, PlayStation Vita support. Now, I am holding a Vita in my hand right now, and I recommend it to everyone. Everyone who's any sort of PlayStation guy, get a Vita because it's fucking awesome. The only problem is the reason why it's not doing so well because it is an awesome console or an awesome system, but the reason it isn't doing so well is because of number 1, the price, and number 2, the games. Not even the games. The Vita has a lot of games. It's just that people just have this thought process that because it's mostly indie games, overlapping bigger games like Uncharted, Gravity Rush, the Assassin's Creed game, the new Killzone that's coming out. There's a few good games for the Vita, and I'm still glad I bought the Vita day one. I'm still glad because I think it's a great system. I just don't use it that much, in all honesty, because there's just not a lot of great games on there. There's a lot of indie games, but indie games is not everyone's cup of tea, so we need something that appeals to more people. So, we need a lot of PlayStation Vita support at the conference. Here are some of the tips. Here are some of the things I want to see. A price drop for both the system and the memory cards, because the memory cards are expensive as fuck if you don't know that. And I want to get a bigger memory card. I got a 4 gig memory card, but I started downloading a lot more games instead of buying them physically on the Vita. And yeah, it's just eating my memory card, so I have to get a bigger one. If there's a price drop tonight, I would definitely get one, a new memory card, because I've only got 4 gigs. I'll get 8 gigs, maybe even 16 gigs, but it's so expensive right now. Like over here in the Aussie land, it's like $50 for an 8 gig memory card. It's fucking ridiculous. So, Sony, cheapen the Vita so more people buy it, and cheapen the memory cards for fuck's sake, please. They're expensive as shit. Okay, moving on. Games. Now, like I said earlier, the ratio between indie games and bigger games is a pretty unfair number, and we need to bring that back more even. So here are 4 games, like big games, owned by Sony that I would love to see on the Vita, because some of the games we got on the Vita are games like Uncharted, Little Big Planet, Killzone's coming up soon, and what else is there? I'm trying to think of established franchises off the PlayStation consoles that are on handheld. But right now, all that's coming to me is Uncharted, Little Big Planet, and Killzone coming up. Gravity Rush was a great game also, but that's a new IP. I don't know if people are willing to take a chance with that. But anyway, we need 4 big titles from consoles to go to the handheld. And this is the 4, I think, that if all 4 of them came out, even just 1 or 2 of them, would sell the Vita like crazy, along with the price drop. A new Uncharted game. And I want to see the jump that we saw from Drake's Fortune to Among Thieves, Uncharted 1 and 2. If we see that kind of jump in the Vita games of Uncharted 1 and 2, that would be fucking awesome. I would love to see that. So anyway, a new Uncharted Vita game, an Infamous Vita game, a God of War Vita game, and a Gran Turismo Vita game. Now, out of those 4, I think the most likely is either Infamous or Gran Turismo to be announced tonight. But any one of those 4, especially God of War and Gran Turismo, will sell the system. They had an Uncharted at launch, but that didn't do too well to sell systems. I mean, Uncharted was the reason I bought it, the Vita. That's literally one of the only reasons I bought a Vita at launch. It's because they had an Uncharted game at launch. But not everyone is like me. Not everyone's going to buy a Vita just to play an Uncharted game. But say the second Uncharted Vita game has multiplayer, that might get a few sales. I can imagine people buying it just because it has multiplayer on the next Uncharted. But that would be awesome. So any of those 4 games, if not all of those 4 games being announced tonight for the Vita, either this year or next year releases, would be so good and sell so many systems. Also, the rumored PS4 bundle, where it comes with the Vita and it's only $500 in the US, in the US of A, that would sell like crazy. I would imagine a lot of people trying to get that bundle. It's only an extra $100. People would fucking buy that bundle. Sony, make it happen. And I guarantee you, if there's a Vita price drop, there will be a PS4 Vita bundle. If there's a PS4/Vita bundle, there will be a PS Vita price drop. It's either both or none in that case of those two. Also, people were saying that there's going to be a new model for the Vita. I think it's too early, and I think Sony want to focus on just getting the Vitas that they have out there, rusting on store shelves. They want to get those Vitas off the shelves before they even think about making a new model. And that's what they're going to do tonight. They're going to just make the price drop, make the PS4 bundle with the Vita, make awesome games for the Vita, or at least announcements, and that will sell the Vita, and then they should start thinking about a new model. Anyway, number 2. And keep in mind, number 1's probably the one I was most excited for. Like, I really want to see that most out of these 5. Number 2, and this is pretty self-explanatory, PS4 games. Now, these PS4 games, this is like the 4 things I think could be announced tonight. Although there's only 2 of them I actually think could be announced tonight. The other 2 I really doubt they're going to be. Uncharted 4 and God of War 4. I think Uncharted 4 will be saved for the VGAs. I've said that ever since, like, The Last of Us, pretty much. I said we're probably going to see The Last of Us come in 2013, and then Uncharted 4 at VGAs 2013. E3 was coming along, I still said the VGAs. Gamescom's coming along now, I'm still saying the VGAs. I would love to see Uncharted 4 at Gamescom, but I don't see it happening. It will probably be VGAs. And God of War 4, I don't know where they announced God of War games. I can't remember. With God of War Ascension, I think they just said it's coming out one day. I don't know about the other ones, but yeah, that I don't know when they're going to announce God of War 4. I don't think it will be tonight, but once again, it would be awesome if it was. Now, the other 2 I think are more likely to be announced is something to do with Media Molecule. There, the people who make Little Big Planet. I think they might be moving away from Little Big Planet now, and they're going to make a new IP, which they're going to show tonight for PS4. Also, there's a chance we could see Little Big Planet 3, but it might be a different developer. Those 2 are very likely to see. The other 2, unlikely, but once again, I would love to see them. Uncharted 4 and God of War 4. Sorry. Number 3, user interface talk and system talk. Even if it's just 5 seconds in the conference, I want to see them show the user interface in action. I want to see it live. And I want to see like an ad that's been edited and that. I want to see if it's really as fast as it seems. I want to see just how it all handles and how it all looks. Because I've seen the screenshots, but I don't know. I want to see it more in action. I just want to see it in front of my eyes. You know what I mean? So I hope they go more in depth with that in the conference. And system talk, just basically talk more about the system. I want to know more about the PlayStation 4, not just the games, because it's a system I'm buying on day one, and even though I'm getting games with it, I'm primarily going to be going through the menus on the first day and seeing what the PS4 is like. So I want to learn more about it. Number 4, the release date. Now, Microsoft already had their conference at Gamescom right now as I'm filming, and I believe they didn't say the release date, which is hilarious. PS4, Sony, now's your time to make the release date. I'll be happy as long as it's this year and Australia gets it at the same time as like the US and the UK and all these other people. As long as we get it at the same time, like the same week or the same month, I'll be happy. Even if it's like the USA get it on November 10th and Australia gets on the 25th of November, I'll still be happy. But if there's like a 3-month delay, we don't get it until next year, then I'll be pissed. I don't want to see that. But if the release date is sometime during October, I'm going to lose it all over my screen because that shit would be fucking awesome. Blah. Sorry. If it's anytime during October, that would be fucking awesome. But as long as Australia get it this year along with everyone else, I'm happy. And considering the Vita came out pretty much a day after Vita came out here, a day after it came out in the US, I'm sure Sony would do that for the PS4 as well. So, yeah. So no worries there. I just want to see a release date, which is, Sony's basically said they're going to talk about it. They've basically confirmed it. So we will see it, but hopefully it's in October and hopefully it comes out in the Aussie land this year. And, hopefully it's a good release date, Hopefully it's good. Nice and early. Before the Xbox. That would be hilarious. Number 5. And this kind of coincides with the possibility of them announcing an October release date. Number 5, something awesome. Just something awesome. And you're probably wondering, what do I mean by that? Go back to E3. No DRM. No online checks. No always online. Used games acceptable. You can go trade your games, lend it to a friend. PS4 is available for $3.99. That shit fucking won Sony at E3. Not just that year, but that's like one of the best E3 moments ever as of now on. So, it doesn't have to be to that same magnitude. I don't think it's possible to embarrass Microsoft like that. I think it's not the fact that they made those announcements. It's just the fact that they just spat in Microsoft's face was the reason why it was such a, a huge, great moment for them and hilarious moment. And the fact that, like, right after they uploaded that YouTube video, like, how sharing works on PlayStation 4. When I first saw that title when I got home, I was like, oh god, Sony are doing it too. I went on, saw it, laughed my ass off. That was fucking amazing. I love you, Sony. But it doesn't have to be to that same magnitude. But if you could do something awesome, just something awesome that makes us really, really happy, we love you, Sony. Yeah, that would be another win. So yeah, that's just number 5. Something awesome. Also, I want to say this could count as something awesome. The one thing Xbox and Microsoft are doing that Sony aren't, which I kind of wish Sony were, because Sony and PS4 is the thing I'm getting on day one, not the Xbox. Day one benefits, day one bonuses. If you get the Xbox One on day one, you will get bonuses and extras just for getting on day one. Like, you get the exclusive controller with day one on it or whatever. I'm pretty sure there's something with the console. I think you get an achievement for getting the console day one. You get benefits for purchasing it day one. I wish Sony would have that as well, because I am getting the PS4 on day one. I wish I got something extra out of it. So if they announce that, that counts as something awesome as well. Anyway, those are my top 5 things I would love to see at the Sony conference this year at Gamescom. I really hope we see some awesome stuff. Just half of the things I said being shown. Like the release date, maybe in October. Just show a bit of the interface. Say something awesome or day one bonuses. Talk about the Vita. Embrace the Vita's awesomeness and just spread it around the world. Show a PS4 game that's awesome. Just do some of this stuff and you win. Alright. I will get my review later on the conference. And I'll go over which one of my predictions / wish list was correct. I will be staying up at 1. I already said that. I filmed this video 3 times, so I forget what I say in each one. But yes, I will stay up to watch it. And will I do the review video after, at like 2 in the morning? I don't think so. We'll see what happens. So thanks for watching. I'm Mega Gamer, and let's hope Sony at Gamescom 2013 fucking rock our worlds.